Welcome everyone to Things Around 8. Dear friends, in this video we will talk about remote aerial combat and how Russia and Ukraine are degrading themselves in the skies through drones. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any news. Military drones have been around for many decades, with the format we know today emerging in the mid-1990s with the MQ-1 Predator. A multi-role drone for observation, reconnaissance and attack missions. The Predator inaugurated a new era of large drones, true observation and attack platforms, paving the way for the development of even larger and more complete vectors, such as the MQ-9 Reaper, in the first decade of the 21st century. With an autonomy of more than 24 hours, carrying up to 4 missiles to land and 2 high-precision GBU bombs. The success of these drones in asymmetric conflicts, such as the war in Afghanistan, has led many other countries to develop similar projects, such as the Turkish Baykar and its Baraktar TB2, a medium-sized drone with an autonomy of more than 24 hours and capable of carrying 4 small, lethal precision-guided missiles. Another country that has invested heavily in this technology is Israel, which, in addition to developing medium and large platforms, has also specialized in the development of small kamikaze-type drones, authentic flying bombs, highly agile, which launch themselves at their targets with lethal precision. But despite all this technological development and the extensive use of drones in various conflicts, the first war in which these unmanned vectors really stood out was in Nagorno-Karabakh in 2020, with Azerbaijan using Turkish and Israeli drones against Armenian forces, thus achieving a tremendous tactical advantage that was decisive for Azerbaijan's victory in that conflict. The successful use of drones on a massive scale in that war led many analysts to declare it the beginning of the drone era. But no one was prepared for what happened just 2 years after that conflict, when Vladimir Putin, at the head of a powerful army of almost 200,000 soldiers, invaded neighboring Ukraine. The technological and quantitative differences between the two armies were enormous, forcing Ukraine to seek alternative solutions, especially to confront the large Russian columns of vehicles and armored vehicles. And it was with this objective in mind that, right at the beginning of the invasion, videos began to appear showing Ukrainian soldiers using more and more drones. From medium-sized attack platforms like the iconic Turkish Baraktar TB2, to small domestic drones adapted for the mission of observing and correcting artillery fire. Shortly after, small homemade kamikaze drones appeared, some of them mere commercial drones, like those you can buy in any store, with the Ukrainians attaching small grenades to surprisingly lethal homemade mounts, both against infantry and armored vehicles. Russia, with much more extensive resources, has not been left behind in this area either, effectively beginning the era of drones during the Russian invasion of Ukraine. With so many drones flying over the battlefield, both sides have tried to develop countermeasures, one of which is electronic warfare, aimed at affecting the data link between the operator and the drone. However, this technology is not 100% reliable, with an average success rate considered low. Taking down these drones from the ground, especially the smaller ones, is also not easy. Therefore, if it is so difficult to confront drones on the ground, the solution is to confront them where they are. A new modality is now beginning to emerge: dogfighting, or aerial combat between drones. The first to start this practice were the Ukrainians, in response to the large Russian observation drones. As everyone knows, Russia has a huge advantage in terms of artillery. But to hit targets accurately, the Russians need to resort to high-altitude observation drones. These drones, flying between 2,000 and 3,000 meters, can observe everything within a radius of tens of kilometers, with the operator being able to observe the impacts of the artillery, then adjusting the shots to increase accuracy. This combination of large quantities of artillery pieces and ammunition with observation drones is highly lethal, giving Russia a great tactical advantage on the front line. And so the Ukrainians began to hunt these observation drones, using small drones armed with remotely detonated grenades. They are much cheaper than missile-based air defenses, and even more accurate, as they are remotely guided from a first-person perspective. In some videos that have started to circulate, it is possible to see a Russian Zala reconnaissance drone being rammed by a Ukrainian drone, and in another video, a Russian Orlan reconnaissance drone is shot down by the remote detonation of an explosive charge carried by a Ukrainian drone. According to the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, the use of drones to hunt other drones in the skies is rapidly expanding. Thus, in that conflict, the era of dogfighting between drones was born. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe now and click on the notification bell so you don't miss any news.